Every construction site is built on layers of protection. Procedures, equipment, checks, training, and communication all work together to create a system that keeps people safe. When every layer works as intended, the site runs smoothly. But sometimes, those layers begin to weaken without anyone noticing. This story begins on a large construction site where a team was preparing for an important stage of the project. Materials were arriving, structures were taking shape, and several crews were working together to keep the schedule on track. Aina was the safety coordinator responsible for monitoring daily operations. She believed that safety was not just about rules, but about awareness. Her job was to observe, ask questions, and ensure that small details did not turn into larger problems. One morning, during her regular inspection, Anna walked through a section of the site where workers were preparing an elevated work area. Protective barriers were installed, tools were organized, and safety equipment had been distributed to the team. Everything appeared correct. The workers were experienced, and the procedures were familiar to everyone involved. Tasks like these had been completed many times before without any issues. Still, Anna followed her routine. She reviewed the work zone slowly, observing how the team prepared for the activity. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but as she continued watching, she noticed something subtle. One of the temporary safety nets installed below the work area did not appear as tight as the others. It was still in place and technically functional, but its tension was slightly different from the surrounding sections. Most people would not have noticed the difference. The net looked normal at a quick glance. The team had installed it earlier that morning, according to the standard process. Anna paused for a moment and took a closer look. Her experience told her that small inconsistencies are often early signals that something deserves attention. It did not mean there was a problem yet, but it meant the system needed verification. She approached the site supervisor and calmly suggested reviewing the installation of that section of the safety net. The supervisor agreed immediately. Together, they asked the team to pause briefly while they checked the setup. During the inspection, the workers discovered that one of the supporting connections had not been fully secured. The net was still holding in place, but its structure was not as strong as intended. Nothing had happened. The work had not even started yet. But if the team had continued without noticing the detail, the protective system might not have performed exactly as designed if it were ever needed. The team corrected the installation, tightened the connections, and confirmed that the entire system was properly secured. After the adjustment, the work resumed safely. Later that afternoon, Aina gathered the crew for a short conversation about what had happened. She explained that safety systems are designed to protect people, but those systems depend on careful preparation. A safety net, for example, is not just equipment. It is part of a larger chain of responsibility. If one part of that chain becomes weak, the whole system becomes less reliable. The important lesson was not about the net itself. It was about awareness. No one had intentionally skipped a step. The installation had simply been completed quickly during a busy morning. In fast-moving environments, small details can sometimes escape attention. And I reminded the team that prevention often happens in quiet moments long before anything goes wrong. The workers appreciated the reminder. Many of them said they would now pay closer attention to small variations in equipment setup. By the end of the day, the construction site continued its normal activities. Progress moved forward, and the team felt more confident in their procedures. The moment had become an important example. Right before the safety net failed, someone chose to pause, observe, and verify. That simple decision protected the entire team. Because in construction, safety is not only about responding to problems, it is about recognizing the signs early and strengthening the system before it is ever tested.